I brush my teeth and make the bed. The usual thoughts inside my head. I drive the route, I work the hours. I'm watered by these silent showers. I function perfectly, you see. A masterpiece of circuitry. I laugh on cue, I say I'm fine, and cross the dotted yellow line. It's autopilot heartbreak, cruising on empty. A smile that's programmed, feelings on plenty. My body's performing, emotions are living, while my soul's in the backseat, just barely forgiving. The engine is run, the destination is clear. To get through tomorrow and another year. On autopilot heartbreak, the scenery's great, and I'm just trying to make it through the day. I grocery shopping out 3. Avoid the things you used to need. I answer texts with quick ha-has and memorize the ceiling stars. My hands know what they're supposed to do. They just don't remember how to feel for you. It's all systems, nominal, a steady beat, while love's wreckage is buried deep. It's autopilot heartbreak, cruising on empty. A smile that's programmed, feelings on plenty. My body's performing, emotions are living, while my soul's in the backseat, just barely forgiving. The engine is running, destination is clear. To get through tomorrow and another year. On autopilot heartbreak, the scenery's great, and I'm just trying to make it through the day. Wonder when the override will kick in, when the real raw feeling will finally begin. To crash the system, to burn and to feel something, anything that proves I was real. Not just a ghost in a preset machine, playing a part in a forgotten scene. Autopilot, disengage, please. I'm so tired out of this slow, quiet siege. Autopilot heartbreak. Floorboards closed with solid, polished black. No melodies to urge the sunlight back. A thin gray veil has settled on the wood, where your two hands in understanding stood. I used to wipe it clean each passing day, a ritual to keep the past at bay. But now I let it gather soft and deep, a secret that the quiet house will keep. There's dust on the piano keys, where your fingers used to dance. A silent settling tribute to our lost and broken chance. It muffles all the echoes of the sonata we called us. A minor key concession to the inevitable. just dust on the piano keys. A delicate, slow fall, the gentlest kind of ending, covering it all. Sometimes I press a key, just one so soft, the sound is dull, the hammer lifted off. It's a lonely chorus through felt and dusty air, a whisper of a song that's lost its prayer. The sustained pedal sticks with disuse now, a metaphor I don't know how to allow for how I'm stuck, reverberating still on a silent hillside against my will. There's dust on the piano keys where your fingers used to dance, a silent settling tribute to our lost and broken chants. It muffles all the echoes of the sonata we called us, a minor key concession to the inevitable rust. Each note we play together is a sleep beneath the gray, a symphony of maybe that just slowly slipped away. Just dust on the piano keys, a delicate slow fall, the gentlest kind of ending, covering it all. One day I'll open it, I'll take a cloth and sweep underneath the ivory promise that I'm supposed to keep. But for now, let it sleep, this instrument of praise, with your ghost in the dust motes drifting in place. Dust on the keys, dust on the tree, the quietest requiem for what love means. Dust on the piano key. The china chimes for now when the evening wind blows through, but my hands move on memory and set the table for two. A fork on the left, a knife on the right, a glass full of wine we don't drink. It's a pointless quiet ritual on the kitchen sink. I light one candle, not two, but the shadow that it throws is the shape of your profile. I know it, I suppose, is a silly kind of torture, a ghost I choose to feed with a placemat and a napkin, a solitary deed. And I still say your place, though the chair just holds the air. And I talk to the emptiness, pretending you are there. I ask, how was your day? And the silence sings its tune underneath the lonely hanging of the crescent moon. It's a monument to habit, to a love that lost its lease, a performance for an audience that's long found its peace. Yes, I still show you place, knowing nobody will come to this dinner for a specter in this deafened dining room. Sometimes I'll serve your favorite, a recipe you loved, a taste of us that doesn't quite fit like a glove. I'll eat my half in quiet, watch your portion growing cold, a story of abandonment that's getting rather old. The clock just ticks the minutes, fills the space where you'd have talked of your dreams and your frustrations as together we walk. Now it's just the clink of silverware on my own lonely plate, and the hollow haunting music of a love that came too late. And I still say a place, though the chair just holds the air, and I talk to the emptiness, pretending you are there. I ask, how was your day? And the silence sings its tune underneath the lonely hanging of the crescent moon. It's a monument to habit, to a love that lost its lease, a performance for an audience that's long found its peace. As I still say a place, knowing nobody will come to this dinner for a specter in this deafened dining room. They say it takes 21 days to break a habit's chain, but my heart counts the seasons of absence and of rain. Maybe when the cutlery finally loses all its gleam, I'll be ready to accept this is a solitary dream. I still say a place, maybe tomorrow just the one, but tonight, your knife catches the light, and I'm undone. This isn't the first goodbye, or the second, or the 10th. It's the one that comes after all the others, after the length of denial is spent. It's not away from a driveway, not a text, not a call. It's the quiet understanding that this is all there will ever be. I've packed your ghost in boxes, I've recycled all our plans, I've returned the borrowed sweater to my own two hands. To warm, I've stopped expecting to see you in a crowd, stopped hearing your voice in the rain. I've accepted the permanence of the pain as a part of my landscape now. So this is love's final farewell, not with tears but with a nod, acknowledging the path we didn't trod. Together it's the closing of a book I've read 1,000 times, the end of all the rhymes I try to force to work. It's a simple, unadorned and quiet done, facing the setting of a permanent sun on the way that was love's final farewell. And I say it to the air, the future that is mine alone to bear. I won't visit the grave anymore, I won't light the candle in the shrine. I'll take the love I had for you and I'll make it mine, to use for something else, for a garden, for a friend, for a song I have to write, for stepping out into my own unshared light of morning. Maybe a final farewell is a gift you give yourself, a permission slip to put the love back on the shelf of memory, not current events. Maybe it's the bravest thing to say goodbye to the ghost, to stop being a loyal, loving host to a guest who left years ago. So this is love's final farewell, not with tears but with a nod, acknowledging the path we didn't trod. Together it's the closing of a book I've read 1,000 times, the end of all the rhymes I try to force to work. It's a simple, unadorned and quiet done, facing the setting of a permanent sun on the weed that was final farewell. And I say it to the air, to the empty chair, and to the future that is mine alone to bear. Farewell, the bell has tolled, love's final farewell is a story told, the end. This is the hill I'm dying on, this last pathetic mound, the final scraped together patch of defended ground. Called us, the ammunition's gone, the troops have all deserted. My heart's the only flag that hasn't yet been verted to your side of silence. I raise my voice, a lusty sword against you all the fight. I make my last dramatic plea, I draw a weary line. In the dust you look at me with pity, from your fortress of moving on. A king surveying the battle already won a long time ago. This is love's last stand, a solitary, stupid fight against the encroaching, inevitable night of goodbye. I'm not fighting for victory, I'm fighting for the fall. I need to know I gave my all before the surrender. Let the arrows fly, let the silence break my bones. Let history write that I stood here alone and shouted and aimed into the wind. Love's last stand, and I already know I lose, but I have to bleed these final blues on this field so I can say said, sail on calm waters with a picnic and a dream. The sun was high, the sails were full, or so it would seem. From the shore you were hidden, riptide, a current deep and strong. And it wasn't very long before everything went wrong, and the waves began to tower. I tried to steer, I tried to bail, I tried to read the charts, but you were the ocean itself, playing with my heart like a toy boat. You lift me up to glorious heights on a swell of sweet affection, and dash me on the rocks of your cold rejection again and again. It was love's rough ocean, and I was just a fragile craft, tossed and turned fore and aft by your moves. There was no safe harbor in your eyes, no lighthouse on your shore, just the endless pounding roar of your unpredictability. I'm shipwrecked now on the island of a lone, salt-crusted, chilled to the bone with the wreckage. Love's a rough ocean, and I barely made it out alive, but I'm on solid ground and I'll survive, though I'll never trust the sea again. I watch the waves from a distance now, from a high and stable cliff. I see their beauty and their power, but I also see them and the danger of the people swim and sail. They laugh and ride the spray, but I just turn and walk away to my inland garden where the weather's mine to make. Maybe some loves are oceans, vast and deep and wild. Maybe my soul is just a forest, a meadow, a gentle child of the earth. Maybe I was never meant to be a sailor, but a farmer of the soil. And your tempest was a lesson in a different kind of toil, and a different kind of strength, the strength to walk away from the siren song of the deep. It was love's rough ocean, and I was just a fragile craft, tossed and turned fore and aft by your moves. There was no safe harbor in your eyes, no lighthouse on your shore, just the endless pounding roar of your unpredictability. I'm shipwrecked now on the island of a lone, salt-crusted, chilled to the bone with the wreckage. Love's a rough ocean, and I barely made it out alive, but I'm on solid ground and I'll survive, though I'll never trust the sea again. The tide is out, my doubt is gone. Love's rough ocean, I have withdrawn. I was a seed in the dark, quiet and slow, perfectly safe with nowhere to go. Then your voice was a spring, You smile the rain, you coaxed all my colors out into the plain. I unfolded my petals, bold and so bright, reached every inch towards your beautiful light. I showed you my heart, the delicate chord, but you never signed up for a garden, just a door. And it's my fault for blooming where I was sown, my fault for making a wilderness a home, my fault for trusting the weather in your eyes, my fault for believing my own fragile lies. You were just passing through, I was taking root. I'm a rose in the rubble, and silence flute. The beauty I built was just in the way of the concrete you needed to trampled by footprints of retreat. My fragrance is heavy, a cloying perfume in the empty space of this living room. Each fallen petal of what might have been swept away by a callous wind. I'm too much, too vivid, a messy display of a love you decided not to stay for, not to stay. And it's my fault for blooming where I was sown, my fault for making a wilderness a home, my fault for trusting the weather in your eyes, my fault for believing my own fragile lies. You were just passing through, I was taking root. I'm a rose in the rubble, a silence flute. The beauty I built was just in the way of the concrete you needed to lay. Maybe next time I'll stay small, stay tight, keep all my potential hidden from the light. But a flower remembers how to reach for the sun, even when it knows the burning has begun. My fault for being too alive. Now I just try to survive. Oh. My phone lit up that Tuesday, just a quarter past the gloom. Your name a jolt of lightning in the quiet of the room. My heart lit like a fool to its familiar traitor's race. I saw the future in that call, the sorrow on your face. I let it ring, I let it ring, I watched the screen go black. I built a wall of silence and I never called you back. I thought I was protecting some fragile newborn part, but I was just rehearsing the silence in my heart. You were my greatest miss call, the one I let go through the last best chance that I ever really knew. Not a wrong number, not a spam, a clear and certain plea that I was too afraid of what it might mean to see. Now my voice smells empty, just a robotic cold goodbye. I've crafted 1,000 stories of what you might have said. Apologies like poetry that live inside my head. Or maybe just I'm sorry, or I'm standing in the rain. A bridge I could have taken to lessen all the pain. But I'll never know the truth now, it's buried with a tone. A future I rejected, left to die alone. The notification haunts me, a ghost I can't dismiss. The pivotal moment I sealed our fate with just a kiss of silence. You were my greatest missed call, the one I let go through the last best chance at us that I ever really knew. Not a wrong number, not a spam, a clear and certain plea that I was too afraid of what it might mean to see. Now my voicemail's empty, just a robotic cold goodbye, and the echo of that ringing is the only question why. You were my greatest missed call, and I'm the static on the line, a connection forever severed in a moment I called mine. Sometimes I dial your number just to hear it disconnect, to feel the finality, the total lack of effect. It's a penance and a practice, a lesson learned too late, that the bravest call is answering before it seals your fate. Miss call, greatest lost, the one ring that was the boss of every future toss. My greatest missed call. The moment you left, the decay set in, a slow inevitable atomic spin. The love we had, so vibrant and whole, started shedding its pieces, losing its soul. It doesn't vanish fast with the dramatic flash, just diminishes quietly, turning to ash. I can measure the loss in the passing of days, in the weakening glow of your memory's rays. This is my heart's half-life, a slow splitting apart, the science of losing you, the physics of a broken heart. Every day a little less of what I used to feel, a gradual erosion that I know is real. I'll wake up one morning and the vision will be through, and I'll finally be over, finally be free of you. But for now I'm radioactive, glowing in the gloom, counting down the moments in this half-lit room. I can chart the decline on a graph on the wall, the passionate peak, then the slow painful fall, the isotopes of I miss you with a short and span, the gamma rays of white from a disappearing man. I try to contain it, lay line walls in my chest, but the particles of us won't let me rest. They ping and they scatter a chaos inside, where our stable compound used to peacefully reside. This is my heart's half-life, a slow splitting apart, the science of losing you, the physics of a broken heart. Every day a little less of what I used to feel, a gradual erosion that I know is real. I'll wake up one morning and the vision will be through, and I'll finally be over, finally be free of you. But for now I'm radioactive, glowing in the gloom, counting down the moments in this half-lit room. Counting down the moments in this half-lit room. They say love is eternal, a forever kind of fire, but this love has an expiration, a predictable retire. It's not a betrayal, it's just a natural law. Even the brightest stars have a fatal flaw. Half-life, counting down until your echo isn't sound, until my feet are on the ground. My heart's half-life. Heart's half-life. Yours a fortress once, with banners flying high, impenetrable walls against a cynical sky. Of doubt we built it stone by stone, a kingdom for our trust, a monument to love, to us, unused. See landmark. But the siege was found within a slow and creeping rut, a whispered discontent in once heavy thought. Of man the gates were left unguarded, the moat began to dry, and one day with a sigh you just walked out under a eye of a sky that promised better weather elsewhere. Now my heart is a ruined castle, open to the sky, a beautiful sad wreck where only ghosts and I reside. The great hall echoes with the feast who used to hold. The bed timber is drafty and bitterly cold, with never yawning climbs the broken towers, nature claiming back the stone. Like the solitary queen upon a crumbling throne of what was my heart, ruined castle, and I can't afford the repair. So I live in the wreckage, in the thin and aching air of a glory that's long there. Tourists sometimes wander through these new potential lows. They marvel at the architecture, they point to the doors in the shattered chapel, but they don't see the bloodstains on the flagstones or hear the battle cries. They just see romantic ruins against the skies and move on to something more intact. Maybe a ruined castle is more beautiful than a perfect tidy home. It has a story, it has a crown, and every fallen arch, maybe I am the curator of this beautiful decay, guiding visitors through, showing them the way. Love can be both magnificent and temporary. Maybe the ruin is the point, it proves it existed, it was real. I'm cupping my hands around it, this last blue trembling spark, trying to keep it alive here in the cold and dark. You left behind, it was a bonfire once, a roaring passionate heat that lit up half the county, that made the night defeat its purpose. But the wood ran out, or maybe the wind changed direction, and all that's left is this feeble, fragile connection. To what was I? Blow on it gently, my breath a prayer, a wish, trying to get one more moment from this dying fish of light on the embers. My love is a dying flame, and I can't let it go, even though I know it's almost out. It's not giving warmth anymore, just a faint and ghostly glow, a memory of a fire from a long time ago that kept me alive. But it's mine, this last sad stubborn bit, and when it goes, that will truly be it, the final absolute end. My love, a dying flame, and I'm the only one who sees, kneeling in the ashes, brought to my knees by the beauty of its last desperate fight. Maybe I should douse it with the tears I have in store, make the ending clean and not a slow, sad war of attrition. But something in me needs to witness it, to see the final flicker die, to be there when the last light says goodbye to the idea of us. Maybe a dying flame is the most honest kind. It shows you what you're clinging to, it clears the mind of illusion. Maybe my job is to watch, to feel the cold creeping, to know that I survived the fire, and I can begin in the dark on my own, with the memory of light to guide me. My love is a dying flame, and I can't let it go, even though I know it's almost out. It's not giving warmth anymore, just a faint and ghostly glow, a memory of a fire from a long time ago that kept me alive. But it's mine, this last sad stubborn bit, and when it goes, that will truly be it, the final absolute end. My love, a dying flame, and I'm the only one who sees, kneeling in the ashes, brought to my knees by the beauty of its last desperate fight. Flicker, a tick of time quicker. My love, a dying flame, no one to blame but the lack of aim. There's a picture on the piano in a silver frame, two faces smiling, unaware of common shame. The urges are beginning to surrender to the song. The colors bleeding softly, our togetherness undone. Your hand on mine is blurring, like it's trying to let go. My smile is getting ghostly, starting its quiet hold. It's not a sudden tearing, it's a slow, polite retreat, as the memory decides its final watching us dissolve against a relentless sky. First the background washes out, then our intertwined hands, just pale impressions left on these unforgiving sands. We're disappearing into white, into a silent peace, as the chemicals of time grant their slow release. A photograph fade out, the gentle, cruel erase of the laughter and the light on your once familiar face. I could try to scan it, make a perfect digital clone, but it wouldn't capture the feeling that has permanently flown. It would just be pixels, sharp and falsely clear, a replica of happiness that I can't make a cure. So I let the sun do its work, its patient, bleaching art, and making the masterpiece we made before we part. Soon it'll just be paper, blank and slightly warm, a testament to weathering the slow emotional storm. It's a photograph fade out, a gradual goodbye, watching us dissolve against a relentless sky. First the background washes out, then our intertwined hands, just pale impressions left on these unforgiving sands. We're disappearing into light, into a silent peace, that the chemicals of time brought their slow release. A photograph fade out, the gentle, cool erase of the laughter and the light on your once familiar face. Maybe this is better than a sharp and sudden tear, no dramatic ribbon, just the quiet thinning of the air, until one day I'll look and just see sunlit empty space, with no trace left behind of our brief borrowed grace, fading out to white noise, to the absence of your name. Just a photograph fade out. Just a photograph fade out. I painted a future with a white steady brush, Sunday mornings in pajamas, a perpetual hush of contentment, of knowing, of being sure and seen, a life built on the we that should have been. I picked out the china, imagined the porch swing sway, the silly little arguments we laugh about all day. I built us a house in the air, room by room by room, in the quiet before the certainty of our doom. And a morning, the we that wasn't, the ghost of a twin, the life that got canceled before it could begin, the inside jokes unborn, the vacations unplanned, the future that crumbled like castles in sand. I'm not just missing you, I'm missing the outside design, the blueprint I carry so carefully in my mind. Yes, I'm grieving the man, but more the potential to see the beautiful, fragile, and fictional we. Now I pass by the restaurants I save for anniversaries, see the movies we'd never see, grow the old recipes. Every milestone the calendar holds is a sting and a scarf, a reminder of the parallel life that is forever turned off. My heart's a museum curator for a collection of none, polishing displays for a story that's done, tending to echoes, to shadows, to what might have been fate that arrived at the station but was always too late. And I'm mourning the we that wasn't, the ghost of a twin, the life that got canceled before it could begin, the inside jokes unborn, the vacations unplanned, the future that crumbled like castles in sand. I'm not just missing you, I'm missing the outside design, the blueprint I carried so carefully in my mind. Yes, I'm grieving the man, but more the potential to see the beautiful, fragile, and fictional we. How do you bury a dream that never drew breath? How do you measure the weight of a maybe at death? You can't place a headstone for a love that never arrived. You just let it haunt you, half alive and half deprived. The we that wasn't, the song that never found its tune, gone too soon, before it even bloomed. The we that wasn't. I sent a sunset in a text, a photo of the pier where you first said you loved me, loud enough to hear. I typed remember this with a hopeful shaking thumb. Now it's just a digital to my words forever dumb. The little dots never appear, the silence was the sound of my heart hitting the ground, of my hope being drowned. A blue check mark of mercy, a verdict cold and neat, the love I poured out lying obsolete at your feet. It's the love you left unready, the goodbye you never said, a conversation with a ghost inside my head. My misusing my wires in a digital abyss, a monument to everything. I'll truly never miss you. Archive my forever with a single careless swipe. Left my soul in a drag, was in its desperate hype. It's the love you left unread, a message in a void, a feeling I poured out, a hope you just destroyed. I through old threads. Now a museum of good night emojis that felt like kisses in the pale phone light. Now they're just dead pixels on an outdated screen. The happiest love story that the world has never seen. I guess that was a chapter you decided not to write, a notification you swiped away into the night. My heart's a blinking cursor on an empty white vast page, waiting for a reply that died of disengage. It's the love you left on Reddit, the goodbye you never said, a conversation with a ghost inside my head. My misuse and my whys in a digital abyss, a monument to everything I'll truly never miss you. Archive my forever with a single careless swipe. Left my soul in a draft, losing its desperate hype. It's the love you left on read, a message in a void, a feeling I poured out, a hope you just destroyed. Maybe in some server farm, my love is just a bite, a forgotten line of code, devoid of warmth or light. But in this fragile human chest, it's a screaming living thing, a song I send into the void that I'm still forced to sing. It's not the passionate one, it's the frantic, hungry wild. It's the way you rest your hand on my hip like I was a child. Needing comfort, it's the brush of your thumb across my knuckles while we drove in the rain. A simple, steady anchor against the pain of the world outside. It's the weight of your head in my lap while we watch some boring show. The absent-minded tracing of a pattern that you know by heart. On my knee, these are the touches that undo me. In line at the bank in bed, a phantom limb sensation, a ghost inside my head of a safety that's been amputated. And it's the touch I recall, the one that meant I'm here. Not I want you, but something far more dear and devastating. It's a cellular memory etched in my skin's deep coat, a map of a country on a different road. I can't travel anymore. My body is a museum of your casual, gentle grace, and every empty space echoes with the imprint of your hand. The touch I recall, and no new hand can quite erase. It's a fingerprint on my soul, a permanent case of missing a specific kind of peace. Now when someone touches me, it's a question or a claim. It's never just a statement, never just a name for belonging. I flinch from the gentleness, expecting it to turn to fire or to ice. Never trusting that a touch could just be nice and simple and enough. Maybe the everyday touches are the ones that truly bind the infrastructure of a love. The quiet daily mind of connection, maybe losing them is a real loss, not the grand dramatic ache, but the death of the small, the gentle, the easy give and take of skin on skin without agenda. And it's the touch I country on a different road. I can't travel anymore. My body is a museum of your casual, gentle grace. And every empty space echoes with the imprint of your hand, the touch I recall and no new hand can quite erase. It's a fingerprint on my soul, a permanent case of missing a specific kind of peace. A hand on skin where you've been is within the touch I recall. To remember. We ran out of words before we ran out of road. Just a heavy quiet, a diminishing load of glances and sighs where the sentences failed. A ship that was sinking with its sails still unveiled. No final explosion, no slamming of doors, just a slow subtraction from the sum of our scores. You packed a small suitcase, I stared at the wall, the quietest, tallest, and weakest of all. But the unsaid goodbyes, the most in the night, a phantom in my feeling, burning without light. The words we didn't throw, stones in my chest, an unfinished argument, and unput to rest. So take care of yourself that got stuck in the air. A why and a how, 'cause you too heavy to bear. Yes, the spoken goodbyes have a contour of shape, but the unsaid ones form a relentless cold ray. I rehearse the speeches in the shower steam, a brilliant and wounded and passionate stream. I give you the reasons, I take all the blame. I carve out a name worthy of the name, but in the cold daylight the script falls apart, just the same hollow silence between us grew teeth and a will, and it's that silent monster that is eating me still. But the unsaid goodbye breaks the most in the night, a phantom in my feeling, burning without light. The words we didn't throw are the stones in my chest, an unfinished argument, and unput to rest. So take care of yourself that got stuck in the air. A why and a how, 'cause you too heavy to bear. Yes, the spoken goodbyes have a contour shape, but the unsaid ones form a relentless cold trait. Maybe closure's a myth sold by those who got screams. Maybe some love's just in the space between dreams, in the gap of a heartbeat, the turn of a head, and everything powerful that went unsaid. The church bells in my chest have all gone still. The hymns we sang are echoes on the hill. I wore my best black dress and my tears the rain, to bury all the might have beens and pain. They handed me a rose that starred my name. This love of ours was never meant for flame, just for the quiet air and the gathering gray, the closing of the light, the end of day. Oh, it was a funeral, a beautiful slow goodbye, a lowering of the sun from a relentless sky. It was the last amen, the dusty, empty pew, the love I had to bury before the morning dew. It was a funeral, and I'm the one who stays to tend the silent ground for all our yesterday. I keep the program folded in a drawer, a list of moments we won't have anymore. The eulogy I whispered to the air was just a list of all the ways I care. The organ in my soul plays just one chord, a minor key that I can't strike a chord. The cemetery heart, this plot of land where I still try to hold your vanishing hand. Oh, it was a funeral, a beautiful slow goodbye, a lowering of the sun from a relentless sky. It was the last amen, the dusty, empty pew, the love I had to bury you before the morning dew. It was a funeral, and I'm the one who stays to tend the silent ground for all our yesterday. They say to lay your flowers down and walk away, but my roots have grown too deep here in the clay, in the shadow of the stone where your name's not etched, a future that the winter frost has fetched. He was a fume, and I'm the ghost who misses being loved by you the most. Just a memory dressed in black, can't get the sound of goodbye back. He was a funeral. He was a funeral. just take your things, your records and your coat. You reached inside my chest and stole the note that made my world in tune. You took the crimson from the sunset, the emerald from the grass. You left a black and white movie where our vibrant life would pass in dull gray tones. You pocketed the golden morning, the silver of the moon. You left the taste of everything bland, a perpetual noon of beige and taupe. Even my dreams are monochrome now, faded, flat and dim. A theft of perception, a brutal sensory limb you amputated. You stole the color and left me colorblind, a prisoner in a world you redesigned. To be without you, I touch a ripe red apple like dusty stone. I look at the blue sky and I feel utterly alone. And it's vast, empty canvas. You stole the spectrum from my eyes, the palette from my hand, and left me in a foreign washed out land. I don't know how to navigate. You stole the color and I'm a ghost in my own life, the silhouette against the strife of a world that's too bright for everyone else, too dull for me. I'm trying to steal it back in tiny, desperate ways, buying a yellow lamp, painting a door in a courageous phase of peacock blue. But it's like trying to speak a language I've forgotten how to form. The colors look like costumes, not the norm they used to be. Maybe color was attached to you, maybe it lived in your gaze. Maybe my eyes were just a lens in a happy loving days, reflecting your light. Maybe now I have to learn to generate my own, to find the color in my bones and in my solitary breath, to be my own prison. You stole the color, left me colorblind, a prisoner in a world you redesigned. To be without you, I touch a ripe red apple and it feels like dusty stone. I look at the blue sky and I feel utterly alone. And it's vast, an empty canvas. You stole the spectrum from my eyes, the palette from my hand, left me in a foreign washed out land. I don't know how to navigate. You stole the color and I'm a ghost in my own life, a silhouette against the strife of a world that's too bright for everyone else, too dull for me. Thief, my grief is a lack of leaf green. You stole the color and left a machine. You were the novel I couldn't put down, the story that consumed my nights, the characters so vivid, the world of such delights and such sorrow. I lived in your pages, forgot to eat, forgot to sleep. The plot twists were so deep, the promises you keep, until the next chapter. But somewhere past the middle, the pacing started to drag. The dialogue felt forced, the protagonist began to sag under the weight of his own complexity. I kept reading out of loyalty, out of hope for the end, but the magic was a memory, a trend that had passed. closed the book with a sigh. There was no satisfaction, just a hollow why echoing in the empty room. You were a great story, but not a lasting truth. The fantasy of my restless youth, bound in a beautiful, misleading cover. You were the novel, and now I'm back in my own life. A simpler, plainer story with its own strife. But at least it's mine to write. Sometimes I see a sequel on a shelf with a different, brighter art, and I don't feel the pull to start your story again. I've read that genre, I know how it ends, with someone turning the final page and making amends with their own solitude. Maybe we all have a novel person who teaches us how to get lost, who shows us the cost of counting a fiction's cost as real. Maybe the purpose was to be a gray red, not a lifelong friend, a temporary journey with a necessary end. So I could appreciate the quiet non-fiction of my own soul. You were the novel, and I was just a reader, lost in a fiction, a temporary bleeder for your plot. And when I turned the final page and closed the book with a sigh, there was no satisfaction, just a hollow why echoing in the empty room. You were a great story, but not a lasting truth. The fantasy of my restless youth, bound in a beautiful, misleading cover. You were the novel, and now I'm back in my own life. A simpler, plainer story with its own strife. But at least it's mine to write. To my own narrative. You were the novel, I'm the adjective. I pour the tea for two out of pure habit now. See your smile flicker in the steam, I don't know how. You're in the window's reflection when the night gets deep, a promise that my lonely heart is too tired to keep. I reach to touch your shoulder, but my fingers pass right through the memory of you. You ghost in the glass. You're in the morning coffee, you're in the evening rain, a shimmer on the surface, a temporary stain, a whisper in the hallway, a sigh against the door, the one I'm always looking for but never see anymore. Just a phantom, just an echo from a love that couldn't last. Just the haunting, gentle outline of your ghost in the glass. I set the table carefully, the way you liked it set, and argue shadow as I turn off all the lights, a silhouette that fades before it fully ignites. The house is full of footsteps, but they're only mine last, just chasing after fragments. Your ghost in the glass. You're in the morning coffee, you're in the evening rain, a shimmer on the surface, a temporary stain, a whisper in the hallway, a sigh against the door, the one I'm always looking for but never see anymore. Just a phantom, just an echo from a love that couldn't last. Just the haunting, gentle outline of your ghost in the glass. Maybe love leaves a fingerprint on every soul it holds, a story in the silence that the empty mystery tells. I don't wanna wipe it clean, this imprint of your trace. It's the only thing that time hasn't quite managed to erase. So I'll raise my cup to nothing and toast to what has passed, and live with the quiet